You play the custodian of a state through millennia. You start at the mouth of the river and over centuries control the material well-being of your people with a backbone of spiritual and intellectual growth. So state building is broken down into territorial expansion, the economy, governance, ideology, wars and diplomacy, societal pressures, climate change, religion, freed souls, the afterlife, famous incarnations, national karma, and many other features and decisions. So let's go into more detail. How do all these features look and how do they interact with the overarching theme of material well-being and spiritual growth? Religion as the development of methods, not a popularity contest. Souls that incarnate in your nation generate ideas for you. Ideas are of three types. The first is the spiritual path that your nation discovers. Ascetics tired of the endless cycle of birth, rebirth and desire aversion are developing methods for transcending this plane of existence. So they develop the stages of concentration, reflection, prayers, mantras, breathing, and other techniques for purifying consciousness. It does not matter how many people adhere to the path your ascetics uncover. It is not about having many provinces, declaring themselves Catholic, but rather having a path that frees more persons from the chains of desire and hatred, having more methods that incorporate different mindsets that free one from all attachment and bonds. Governance as a collection of answers to communal questions. Instead of having broad systems like communism, monarchy or democracy, you use ideas to answer each individual governance questions like, who leads our nation? It can be one person, it can be three, it can be a couple, or it can be a council. How is that person chosen? Leadership can be inherited, elected by others, and then you have to choose who can elect your leader. Only landowners, everyone older than 14, or your leaders can also be selected in more unorthodox ways. You can go the Athenian way and choose them by solstition randomly. You can go the Tang Dynasty way and have examinations. Then you select the exam subjects: moralism, science, archery. Alternatively, if none of these options fit your vision, you can create really custom systems. Maybe you believe that the leader should be selected after a death match or some other way. You can add this custom option. We approach every issue of community management in the same way, from economics to the justice system, and many other options, giving you complete control. Complex algorithms. So let's list just the variables involved in population growth. Opportunity for women, economic promise, family values and grandparent support, immigration, food variety, state support and interventions, chronic diseases, infectious diseases, infant mortality, accidents. There are over 200 variables for a really rich and deep experience. And the economy affects key variables. Commodities are developed from resources found in provinces on the map. Some commodities affect key variables. Alcohol increases criminality, which lowers overall state revenues. Sugar increases chronic diseases, which lowers our population growth. But some of these commodities also yield great revenue when traded. It is up to you to balance the good with the bad. Relationships with AI nations are based on trade and ideology. The game starts with lots of space, but after some time you start meeting new countries, and the world becomes just a little bit more claustrophobic. Their initial opinion of you is based on 4 questions. Who leads? Who can marry? What is your religion's theistic position, if we believe in one god, multiple gods? And how do you deal with migrants that steal technology and bring it to your nation? Trade is a central part of relationships, and it's usually needed for offensive alliances. Defensive alliances can, however, be created in case of a very strong common enemy without much trade. There are many other treaties with different conditions. A cool feature is that a nation will tell you exactly why it won't sign. Whether it's because their opinion of you is not high enough, you are too far away, or they see no point. You learn immediately if there's something you can do to get a deal going. Prestige products. You can create prestige products that only your nation makes properly at high quality. Think Han ceramics, Belgian chocolate, Indian spices, French cheese, or Japanese sushi. The value of these products can be increased and you can earn more and more gold. You can also compete in the international rankings for fame or value. Adapting biological resources to your climate through selective breeding. You can use selective breeding to produce some of the resources you trade for, by adapting them to your own climate. If you do not have access to some medicinal herbs or horses, trade for them, then breed them yourself. Incarnate great heroes. The game takes part on another planet, but that does not mean that great talents from Terra cannot come by and help us. Some souls can travel to other planets and take birth there. You can get a mathematician from the Pythagorean school to come help us develop math, a former Egyptian embalmer to help us with medical research. There are over 169 heroes that can help us, each with their own backstory. Some are coming from even more exotic planets. An admiral that has previously served on an octopi planet may have some hidden talents that will surely be proven useful in our upcoming naval engagement. War lies in propaganda. A war needs to be justified. Everyone has a moral compass that is firmly against war. So you need to create a moral justification. You will need to choose a domestic propaganda and a casus belli. What you tell your own people and what you tell other nations. The classic reasons for war are available. Protecting ethnic minorities, reserving territorial claims, the promise of plunder and glory, preemptive self-defense, liberating the other nation from tyranny, etc. The more hatred your lies inspire, the bigger the military bonus. However, a lie will have a negative effect on your nation's production of ideas and other karmic effects. Millions of minds repeating a lie for ages, that's not profitable. Or is it? Elite military corps. You can create your very own elite military corps and compete on the battlefield or in the international rankings. An elite military corps is a very strong and highly trained military unit. Think of the Numidian cavalry, the Japanese samurai, or a Roman legionnaire. They are the backbone of our armed forces, and they can be upgraded at a cost to other economic development. Spiritual growth. A nation starts with 5 million so-called common souls and 30,000 noble souls. By common soul, we mean someone that is only interested in themselves and their family. By noble soul, we mean someone that is interested in the larger community and science. Then there are two other levels. Ascetic souls. By ascetic, we don't mean someone that mortifies their body, but rather a soul with incarnations that have fewer desires. They are mostly interested in transcendence. They have lived for thousands of years and are looking to escape the shackles of this world, this very dimension of being. And then there's the last level, freed souls, which can move about to other planets and existences. At each level, these soul types generate ideas, and it takes a number of years to promote from one level to the other. Spiritual growth is this promotion from common to freed souls, which our actions can impede or improve. For example, wars add karmic years to the length of this cycle. Education and literacy decrease this cycle. Afterlife options. You can limit incarnations in the Afterlife tab. You can forbid beings ridden with vices and desires from being born into ruling families. This will improve the way in which the nation is ran, but will decrease the common soul's evolution speed, because you're denying them leadership experiences. But imagine someone only being interested in themselves, being given the keys to the world. They might use the international treasury for their own personal gain while the many suffer, or worse. Is this a risk you are willing to take? You can also allow artificial intelligence incarnations. This will essentially permit an AI to incarnate as one of your citizens and perform tasks or serve purposes that most souls would outright refuse. Endless possibilities. Custom wonders and heraldries. You can fly a banner with custom heraldic elements that are not found in Europe in the Middle Ages. You can honor learning and meditation or more obscure animals. We know about the majesty of the lion, but what if mustelids have great meaning for your family? You can also build some new and somewhat unique wonders. There's no Eiffel Tower in this game. climate change. The game simulates the effect that large monocultural agrarian societies have had on the environment. Just as some ancient civilizations had fallen on Terra due to bad soil management, your state will be at risk if you ignore the issue. With every century, our soil fertility will decrease. Charity and investments. Once large stockpiles of resources are reached, you can invest them or give them away for charity. Extra animals can be freed or slaughtered. Some types of resources can be donated, sold to raise revenue, or invested in a socio-economic group. Each action has different effects on those 200 variables we talked about. Multiple effect packs. With the Conley pack, ideas have fixed bonuses, which we feel are at least somewhat realistic within the confines of the game's variables, history and story. However, this might make the game slightly repetitive. The ideas lose the value because people are always hunting for the effect instead of the flavor, and the game may have a liberal or conservative bias. For these reasons, there is also the Unforeseen Consequences effect pack, which offers random bonuses. Once an idea is selected, you can choose between 3 sets of bonuses. Each set has 2 positive and 1 negative effect. Customizations, victory conditions, and maps. There are 11 victory conditions, 63 customizations, and 12 maps. We also add more every now and then. This gives you plenty of variety to replay the game in different modes. You can limit resources, fertility, conquests, increase environment degradation, increase comic penalties, and plenty of other customizations to make the game match your worldview. Stories. At the time of making this video, we have 16 stories with 78 chapters. A story is a short event that happens in your nation or in the astral planes. Each story has multiple answers which open up new chapters. Each chapter in turn can give you a bonus or a malus. Your decisions in these stories will guide your people. Single player and MMO. The game has a single player mode and an online mode. No microtransactions, just fun and fair play. Thank you for watching.